Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Welcome, my lovely audience, to Bionicle Building. I got a Vorox over Christmas from some very generous people who went on eBay and got one for me. And so that is what I'm going to be doing today. I have been assured that all but one of the piece, all but the foot piece are here in this bag. So the only thing that isn't here is the number counter for the Glatorian game bit thing, which is fine. We don't need that at all, actually. It's not structural in any way, shape, or form. So, I also don't have the instruction manual, but since it's Glatorian, that won't be too hard to build up and figure out what I'm doing with it. Step. Empty the box. Or empty the bag, rather. See, now we got plenty of pieces here. Okay, so step one is the easiest bit here, I think. I do believe. So we have this chest piece. That's gonna go... Actually, this is gonna be a little more exciting than I thought, building this without any actual knowledge of the instructions. Okay, let's work our way backwards from what I do know. So this is clearly a foot piece. This is a foot piece. There. You have a hand. One of these. One of these. Bam. Bam, that's the thorax launcher. Head. Boom. Gah. Do 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 do. Let's see now. Actually, you know what we're gonna do? We are going to Google the instructions. I forgot. Well, it's a Glatorian, yes. It also... Oh shit, no. We are going to Google the instructions. Because, quite frankly, I forgot that while most Glatorian are really easy to assemble and build, this one isn't, because it has the whole tail thing going on. So, Vorox Bionicle instructions. Vorox, yes, thank you. Okay, so in that case, start with having this one piece there, and two of these like so. Okay. And then oh, I see what's happening here. I see what's happening here. Okay, so then we take this bit here, like so, and we put this on top of it, like that. Take this, take the headpiece here, you have an axle bit, blue axle bit, stick that in, and that goes at the second to top like that, for a nice smooth fit with just a little bit of wiggle room. Then we take the foot, put it right here, take this white piece, excuse me, take this white piece right here, and it goes all the way through all three of them, like that. So now it's stuck and nice and attached. And now we build the legs. So that's the torso. Like 2 legs. So first step, we've already done the first step. We got the feet already. Next, we take these. One on here. And one on here. Then we take one of these for each foot, for each leg. Pop one on each, like this. Actually, we're going to do it this way, with the ugly side facing outward, because of what the next step is going to be. Oh, that was the ugly side facing outward, whoops. And we're going to flip this one upside down, there we go. Oh, and yep, you can tell that this set is pre-used, or that I just broke it myself, because there's like a little tiny hair fracture right there from where the stress putting it together and taking it apart made it not great. Made it not happy. So we take one of these, put it through like this, and we take this and put it through like this. And now you have the knee joint. So we do it with the other foot now. Like so. Or the other leg, rather. And that is 2 complete legs. Now, what we're going to want to do, we flip this guy around, like so. And then we pop this into here, this into here. And now my boy can stand. He can stand and see the sunlight of the world. Yay. Okay, so then arm building is fairly the same process. You have this. You flip it backwards so that way it can bend inwards at the elbow. And again. Bam. And you got the arm here. You got the hand here, rather. I skipped just a couple steps ahead, as we saw earlier with the Vorox. And we put this bit here, like so. That covers that bit up. And that should get us to the thing. Yep, that is all that is needed to do there. So now he has an arm to go kerspoosh. Thorax launcher. And now we take this. Pop it in like that. Wait, we're gonna want to do that backwards because of the way that the arm thing works. Push that in. Do that. Put on a hand. That way he's not just handless. Could really get a handle on the situation. Give him an arm. Okay, so here's the head bit. Take the head. Technically should take the mask off first. Take the head. Put the thing on. That's his neck. Put the neck forward. Snap it into place right there in the little slot we made. Now he has a hunched over look. That's okay because he's a Vorox and a beastie. Then in his hand, we take the sword in his hand. The other bit of it, we put the other end right here. Now it looks like he kind of has a sword thingy. Head. There we go. Now he's a freaky desert bug person, but we're not quite done yet. So you have this. What we're going to do here is we're going to make the tail. So we take... Whoop. Bent your foot a bit too much, did you? Take this. Stinger tail. This bit. So the stinger can move around a lot. Like so. That way this can only really go up and down. And then, straight into the back. Like that. There we go. That's really nice and neat. And of course I don't have the little bit there. I do have the thorax. And that is one Vorox completely built. Yeah. Oh, you can't see the tail from there, can you? There we go. Now you can see the stinger tail in its full glory. He's threatening you. Now, I never actually got a Vordax, so this one's actually I'm really happy I have this one now. Bionicle Glatorian was, well, I know it wasn't exactly the most well-received of sets. They were basically my entry point into Bionicle, almost. I say almost because my first ever Bionicle sets were a Toa Metru, Neju, Anua, and Lua. I think that's their names. It's been so long since I've refreshed on my Bionicle lore. I used to know everything, and now I know nothing. It's gross. Passage of time, man. Makes you forget even the things that you loved. But, well, those were my first three. My mom got them at a garage sale, and she bought them for me, and they were fun to play with. And then I got a couple of Mystica. I got a couple of the got Tahu Mystica. I got Toa Nika Fantoka. And I got what's his name? The red one of the Makuta from Fantoka. I got him too. But it wasn't until Glatorian dropped that I was really able to get into just really able to get into Bionicle, you know? Because I was a little kid. I did not have much money. What money I had was given to me by my parents as an allowance for doing chores and such, you know? And so when Glatorian dropped, it was the first time I really had any sort of money or ability to go to the store to buy things in the first place as a kid. And so I ended up getting a lot of the regular Glatorian. I never got one of the vehicles for Glatorian, which always makes me sad. Because some of them were really cool, like the one where you had the four-legged dude. There was like the four-legged vehicle that was a scorpion that turned into a tank thing. That one was really cool. I wish I could have gotten that one. But, eh. So yeah, got Glatorian. But so yeah, I got all but one of the first wave Glatorians. Or I got most of the Glatorians. This guy was one of the ones I didn't get, so it really makes me happy to have him now. Just sitting around, playing with him. I also got a decent amount of the little villagers as well. Those were fun. I forget what they were actually called. Because it wasn't the Matoran. Matoran were inside the robot. Glatorian and their other people came from outside the robot. Yeah, I got a couple of other Bionicles in with me at the moment. One is a not fully constructed, with missing a few pieces, Toamari, Iparu, and the other one with the boy himself. Oh, balance with this guy is a bit tricky, it seems. You want to keep the insectoid. Then you got the boy himself, Toamari Matoro. This is the mask of reanimating the dead. Matoro died so Bionicle could live. He is the best boy. Toa of Ice doesn't feel worthy of his position as a Toa at all because he kept secrets from literally everybody for so long. But in the end, the Mask of Life chose him, and he accepted to sacrifice himself. Not once even, twice. First, to save. First, when it was a trial, and he believed that he was the most expendable member, and they needed the rest of them to go on to get the Mask of Life from the island. Second, when it was a desperate battle in the sea, and there was but short amount of time before Motunui would perish forever, and he put on the mask and sacrificed himself. And because he had pure intention, he had no fear of death, he accepted his sacrifice in its entirety. The Mask of Life gave him one wish. One wish with which he used to save his friends, the rest of the Toamari, from the Baraki and Makuta, and bring them back to the surface of and bring them back to Metronui in safety, rather than perishing in the sea. Yeah. Toro is a very good boy. And he's been with Bionicle since the very beginning of the story. And heck, the Mask of Life even gave him a Mask of Reanimating Dead just to test him even more. That is the evil mask. And he passed with flying colors. He didn't do the evil with the mask. He only did a couple of things with the mask at all, actually. And one of those, if I recall correctly, was at the behest of Makuta. Oh yeah, the fact that he could see Makuta as well, like... Mitoro went through all sorts of heck just to be the one to revive Makuta. Not, I mean, I said that, and I meant revive Matanui. But, I mean, he did also revive Makuta because of the way Makuta's grand plan played out. Which, yeah. Bravo to Makuta for being a villain that actually won the series that he was in. If you didn't decide to he got his victory condition. He got control of the Matanui robot. And if he wasn't so arrogant as to want to make a victory lap and kill Matanui for good afterwards. Because he'd already won. There was nothing really Matanui could do against him for the most part. Even after Matanui got the second robot, if Makuta just decided to go off to somewhere else, there wouldn't have been anything else for him to do. Matanui couldn't do anything if Makuta just decided to leave and go conquer the universe somewhere else. But he decided to make a victory lap, come back, fight Matanui, and lose. He got too big at the end. Got a bit too big at the end. But for that, absolute brilliance. He won the series up to that point. And it was a masterful plan of absolute epic proportions to seize control of the Matanui robot from Matanui. The Great Spirit robot from Matanui. By the heroes winning and reviving Matanui, Makuta won. And I will never forget that. Yeah. Well, I don't really have much else for this, so I think we're going to end the stream early. I know it's a short one, only 20 minutes. But, what can I say? I set out to build a Bionicle. I built a Bionicle. We talked about Bionicles. You have a Vorox and a Toro now. Yeah. But, yeah. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. As always, thank you, my lovely, lovely audience, for coming. And bye-bye.